Okay, here's a little story. I have a 3/4 roommate, or some fraction of a roommate. He lives in a unit here in the building that does not have a kitchen or a bathroom in it, but he lives here nonetheless, and he is able to do that because he has use of my facilities. So in exchange of him using my stuff, my plumbing, he also, cooks for me and humors me. But today he saw me walking in from the other building carrying this, and he didn't bark at me, but almost barked. If he was a dog, he would have barked. Because, Pierre, why do you need that, he said. And I gave him a hug to calm him down. And I said, it was making me sing, because I was walking, I saw that it said pennies from heaven, so I was singing pennies from heaven, and I said, this is making me sing, and singing is a good thing, right? Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Let's see if it works. Okay, there's a penny. Let's see if it works with a quarter. Well, I can see why this is being thrown out. Okay, let's pretend it's on a level. Here's a nickel. Nickel worked. I guess it has to be completely level. And a dime. Look at that. There's a penny that's lost there on the side. So what do I have, folks? Do your math. I have 11, 12, 17 cents plus a quarter. 27, 37, 40, 43 cents. Is that 42 cents? Let's make it easier. Okay, now we got a dime. Let's just make them all. Okay, I've got 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, 72 cents. See, math is easy. Now, you see how easy this math is? Here's a penny and a bunch of lint. There's another penny and another penny. Now you see how counting works? A penny is worth 1, a quarter is worth 25, and I can do the math myself. I can add them up and come up with a total. Now, those of you that seem to think that Trump won the last election don't understand how math works, do you? Because you think somehow 1 and 1 equals 8 or something. I don't know what you think. I mean, what in fact do you think? Well, I know that Rudy Giuliani thinks that dead people voted. So I'd like to see proof of that dead people voted. Did they rise up out of the ground? Here's their tombstone, R.I.P. And they sort of clawed their way out of the ground and got their head up above ground. Here's this little thing, and then they got fully erect. This guy, though, only has one leg because he was killed by an alligator, so they buried him, but he only had one leg. So he's going to hop. He's going to hop his way to the polling station, and he's going to get there, and he's going to vote for Trump. No, for Biden. Evidently the dead people all voted for Biden. No dead people voted for Trump. Okay, let's see about this dead person. Okay, now this dead person is a Christian, so we put a little cross on his or her grave. rest in peace, blah, blah, requiescem in pace. And they crawled out of their thing and they made their way. This person has both legs, having died of ennui. And they made their way to the polling spot and they voted for Biden. This is the Biden, and here's the Trump. So evidently, dead people voted for Biden. Let's just pretend that one dead person voted for Trump. Rudy Giuliani probably thinks that maybe, not every dead person voted for Trump or for Biden. There might have been one dead person that voted for Trump. Maybe they were dying of the coronavirus and they said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't vote for Trump, but please, can someone vote for Trump?" So he votes for Trump because now he was resurrected from his grave to vote for Trump. So anyway, I haven't seen any proof of this, though. I haven't seen proof of dead people voting. I do know that, my dad, if he were alive, he's dead now, but if he were alive, he would have not voted for Trump. He was a lifelong Republican, but he hated Trump for all of the good reasons that one does, and he would have not voted. Now, the Donald sent my dad a whatever the $1,200 stimulus check or whatever it was for COVID, even though my father died long before COVID happened, but Trump evidently Trump was trying to buy the dead person's vote by sending him that thing. Do you think so? So my father would have risen from the grave and still voted for Biden, regardless of the $1,000 check. So the math, you show me the dead people voting. There must be security cameras at both cemeteries and the polling places and along this route between the polling places and the cemetery that we could watch the little emaciated skeletons make their way toward the polling spot. Okay, so that's one theory. And that might account for some of these quarters and nickels and dimes in the Biden camp. But I have to see the proof of that. Okay, so let's try another one of Rudy's clever ideas. Okay, he also suggested that perhaps Martians voted. So here's the Earth. There's the United States. There's South America. There's Greenland. There's the ice cap that's melting. There's Europe, right? Got that? There's Cuba, Florida. There's the oceans that are becoming deeper and deeper by the second. Not because landslides go into them. That's not why, but because of this is melting. Let's put a oral thermometer here, and we'll put a rectal thermometer there, and the temperature is going up. Right? We can all agree on that, right? Here's Mars, the red planet. Do I need to get out my red ink to prove it to you? There, red pencil. There's Mars. So Rudy thought that maybe Martians voted. So Martians, for some reason, felt that they needed to vote for Biden for some reason. So they got in their little spaceships, landed, and they got out of there. They walked down the steps, and then they got out of their spaceship and then walked over to the polling place. Let's see, what do Martians look like? Big eyes, little tiny mouth, big brain, little tiny body. Is that what they look like? Rudy? And they marched their way over to the polling place and they voted for Biden and Trump because he said they did. Now, on Earth, we have something called radar. Another radar over here. And they send little sound waves up and around, and they get reflections back. And they would have seen a spaceship come down and land. And the same security cameras that saw the dead people vote would have seen the Martians vote. Are they supposed to be green? Where's my green? Green. Thank you. God damnation. My house is a disaster. Which is why my 3/4 roommate was pissed off at me because I was singing. Because I can barely walk in my house. Okay, here's my green thing. So let's make him green. Here's my little green Martian. And he and his fellow Martians are all walking toward the poll to vote for Biden. Okay? How many in our total of votes, how many dead people voted and how many Martians voted? Show me that number. Show me the names of the dead people. Show me the pictures of them voting, or even crawling out of the grave, or even, and maybe they all voted, maybe they didn't vote in person. Maybe they used the U.S. mail to vote. Maybe that's what they did. None of these people actually went there, but they went to the post office and they bought a stamp and they licked it. The Martians have a big, long, red tongue. Yeah, you like that, don't you, Rudy? You like that big red tongue. And it licked the stamp, and it stuck it on the envelope, and it put it in the thing, and then they went back home to look through their telescopes at the chaos that they caused down here. Got that? Show me the picture of them buying the stamp and licking the stamp with their long red tongue. Got that? Let me know. What else? What other things are there? What did the Texans say that seem to think that they have to stick their sticky little fingers, take it out of their ass and stick it in the Pennsylvania's voting tally, take it to the Supreme Court? What else are they saying happened? Write it down. Let me know. Meanwhile, I have this bank, and for a short moment before I started talking about politics, I was humming and singing. Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? What does a washer do? All over town. Well, it wants to be a nickel, but it doesn't quite fit. Just be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Trade 'em all for a package of sunshine and flowers. Don't do. You must have showers. Anyway, bye. Write your answers below, you Trump supporters. Just let me know where the pictures of the dead people are and the Martians. Thank you.